Well, to start off with, now there have been two shocking murders that have rocked Karnataka, and the BJP is cornering the newly elected Siddaramaiah government over the law and order situation in the state. Now, in the first incident, of course, a Jain monk was murdered. His body electrocuted first and chopped into pieces, thrown into a borewell. The second incident involved the murder of a CEO and MD of a firm here in Bengaluru, and this was carried out by his ex-colleagues. The initial target was the MD, but the CEO, of course, was killed when he rushed to the rescue of the victim. Now, while, of course, these two instances have come to the fore, we've spoken to the police to first give us details about what happened here in the case in Bengaluru. First, let's listen to that reaction.
If you could give us more details, we do understand that, this is something that happened in broad daylight. What exactly was the motive here of the accused?
So motive is something that we are still trying to ascertain. We have another accused to be traced. Once that accused is secured and we do all the formalities and his interrogation, we can establish the exact motive. But for now, we can say that it is by past association that this crime has been committed, and the accused and the deceased persons were known to each other.
Also, yesterday when this entire incident took place, when the murder took place, there were other employees as well in the company. So what was the response? Were they there? Had they left? How did this, come to light? And how did the accused get arrested? How did you trace them?
There were around 10 other employees in the office. The office is a residential building which they converted into an office. When the incident was happening, other people did try to stop them, but because they had weapons in their hands and they started threatening them, they did not intervene and they all ran away. And while they were going out, they tried to lock the door, because of which the accused persons ran out of the back door, and as per their plans, they moved on to a place called Kunigal, and we, based on our investigation, we were able to ascertain that they were present in Kunigal. So our team went and apprehended them from a lodge in Kunigal.
Now, that is, of course, as far as the investigation is concerned, what happened, the crime itself is concerned. Meanwhile, of course, politics is playing out in Karnataka over this issue. And also, of course, with the murder of the Jain monk, it's only amplifying. Karnataka BJP leaders today staged a protest, march to the governor's residence. There, they've been, of course, seeking his intervention. The party even protested inside the assembly, of course, over the last couple of days. They've been demanding a CBI probe in the Jain monk murder case. Former Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai claimed there is a jungle raj here in Karnataka. Bommai has said that the law and order has completely failed in the state. Meanwhile, Karnataka Minister H.K. Patil said that the BJP has a habit of making loose allegations, and even went on to say that the state government will ensure a fair probe in all these aspects. Let's take a listen to these reactions. What will be the main demand that you will put forth to the governor, sir?
There should be CBI inquiry in Jain Monk's case, and total collapse of law and order with several incidents happening. Yesterday only, 2 IT CEOs have been murdered in daylight in front of everybody. There is no fear of law, there is no fear of police, and there is a jungle raja in this Karnataka already. Within 1.5 months, it has deteriorated, and the same police which were efficient because of interference of this government, because of the corruption in transfers, because the moral of the police has gone down. All the anti-social elements have come up outside, and now they are reeing the entire cities in different parts of the state, and we condemn it, and we are asking the governor to direct this government to take proper action.
This is the state of affairs that have been left behind by the BJP. This is the legacy of BJP which we are controlling. So the Yuva Brigade person who was murdered by whom? By the BJP people. Accused number 4. His relative is a BJP corporator. His relative is a BJP Yuva Brigade president. So this is the legacy left behind. We are sorting it out. We will do it. This is theatrics. They don't have a leader of opposition. They need people's attention to be diverted, and that's just what they're doing. They can do all the song and dance that they want. The law and order situation is well in control. This is not an anarchy state like how it was during the BJP regime.
Main thing is asking the governor to direct the government to ensure the law and order is protected and the people's lives are protected, because there is a complete collapse of the law and order.
So do you think that Karnataka law and order is failing?
See, the murder was committed and immediately police has arrested the accused. So law and order is an issue when police is not in control, right? So in 45 days of our government, if there are 2 murders or 3 murders, if that shows the situation of law and order to be bad, well, what about the hundreds of murders happened during the earlier regime? So you never questioned the law and order situation then. If the police has not arrested the accused, then you could ask us, right? So all the accused are behind bar, whether it's a Jain Monk murder or the other.
Well, let's open this up. Now, the BJP is crying foul. They're saying law and order has been deteriorating after Congress came to power. The Congress says, well, we are fixing the situation left back by the BJP. To discuss about this, we have Vijay Prasad, the spokesperson of the BJP. Bhavya Narsimhamurthy from the Congress also joins us. We also have Mr. N.D. Mulla, former DCP from Karnataka. All of them, of course, will help us decipher what exactly is happening here in the state of Karnataka. Firstly, let's come to the BJP because they've been making this charge. Well, the Congress, Mr. Prasad, says that, most of these murders are personal in nature. Nothing to do with the state. Where is the state going wrong? Because the police are doing their job, investigation is going on. So where do you find the laxity here?
Deepak, this is the other defining attribute of the Congress government. A direct fallout of Congress appeasement politics where killers and criminals, terror organizations feel encouraged in their Congress safe havens. This is true everywhere Congress and allies like TMC are in government. Political criminals attacking Hindus are given a free pass by Congress leaders. You see the statements made by these Congress leaders. Karnataka under Rahul Congress becoming safe haven for crimes against religious leaders. Case of murders, extortion have increased in the state since the Congress government has come to power. It is misfortune of the country that the official media of Congress party is justifying their murder cases, and the statement made by these Congress leaders show the mirror to their face. Okay? So Congress returned to power in Karnataka has emboldened these antisocial elements. See, in the last 3 days, Deepak, Karnataka, I should be wearing black dress, black day for Karnataka today. And yesterday, while I was in the same show, a murder happens. We see what is the status of the law and order situation in Karnataka and in Bangalore. What is happening? And the statement made by the Home Minister shows that the present Congress government is going soft on these antisocial elements. A Hindu worker is killed. A Jain monk is killed. And see, exactly this is why even if you see our BJP leaders today, they are protesting. And yesterday to support these the Jain monks, Jain community for always peaceful, we had to get into the well of the house and protest and ask the CBI inquiry. And you see the arrogance of the statements made by the Congress leaders, whether it is Priyank Kharge or Rizwan Ahmed or the Chief Minister Siddaramaiah or the Home Minister Parmeshwar. They are going totally soft on these people. Why are they going soft? And just before a couple of days after taking the power, the same.
Okay, let's get in Bhavya here to respond because, of course, you've made a host of charges against the Congress. I'm sure they would want to rebut as well. Let's bring in Bhavya. Bhavya, the BJP is very clear. They want a CBI probe into the Monk murder case. They're saying law and order is failing under the Congress, and somewhere criminals feel emboldened.
Okay, first of all, BJP party has become leaderless and directionless. Starting from, Rajiv Chandrasekhar, a union minister, to Tejasvi Surya, to all these ex-ministers, whether it is Mr. Ashok or Mr. C.T. Ravi, they have been giving baseless allegations. Like, I think they're even hallucinating somehow. Like Mr. Ashok comes and says, people who say Pakistan Zindabad are giving free hand. Like, what are they even speaking? Why are they connecting this with that? Then bringing Hinduism here. Why do you want to paint a communal color to this? Like, we know when BJP people see a dead body, they just want to use it for their politics. And they've done it in the past. You know, when one of the communal deaths happened, Mr. Ishwarappa took the dead body in a procession, even when there was like section 144 and they're not supposed to do it. A sitting minister did that. I don't understand why they want to pounce on these dead bodies to use it for their political, gains. And this particular case, these three cases, very clearly, we have arrested within 24 hours, the accused have been arrested within 24 hours in all the three cases. And one has a financial motive, the other a business rivalry and some personal rivalry. There is nothing, related to Hindu or Muslim or Jainism, nothing like this. If there is something, I am mentioning very clearly, it's the accused we have arrested. And once the complete detailed investigation happens, if there is any communal color to this, yes, then we need to speak about this. But this is a very dangerous precedent that they're setting.
Let me bring in a former police officer who will probably be able to somewhere bring in a balance between these sort of issues. Mr. Mullah, I would like to ask you, Bhavya, hold on, Bhavya, just a minute, hold on. Let's bring in Mr. Mullah here. Mr. Mullah, I would hold on, Bhavya, hold on. Mr. Mullah, I'd like to ask you, there's a CBI probe demand in the Belagavi case. You also now, even in Bengaluru, the double murder that has taken place, they say it's a failure. How do you really view it as a police officer when you handle such cases? Somewhere the Congress is also saying the BJP is trying to demoralize the police officers by asking for a CBI investigation. When you've, of course, read about these two cases as well, give us your take and your view as far as investigations and how the police have dealt with this is concerned.
Yeah, first of all, this is an unnecessary debate. The murders have taken place earlier also in every regime. If you go back in 2013, a double murder case had taken place in Double Road and it was detected by the local police. Jain Monk case, of course, little complicated because it is an unusual case. It is a very unusual case. It requires real investigation. The present case is not because of the law and order problem. It is a simple rivalry between two groups, rather an individual against his former colleagues. It is a business. This thing, I don't think anything has happened to law and order either earlier or these are the routine things happening in the society. Murders do happen. Murders are detected. Even I'm very, very sure that state police will be able to detect this murder of Jain Monk and they will soon do it. And the present double murder case of Bangalore it has nothing to do with law and order problem. I mean, I don't know why this is made law and order. In second day of the murder, the accused have been arrested and it was such a foolish murder that eyewitnesses are there, cameras are there, their motor vehicle number is there, everything is available handy. And it is a foolhardy murder. So I don't think it has got anything to do with Gundaism or law and order. Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Prasad, the Congress also leveled this charge that the BJP, is trying to politicize matters, trying to play with dead bodies. This is the charge that's coming in. And more importantly, I must say here now, when you talk about the T. Narsipura incident, you keep saying it's a Hindu worker being attacked. Now, I want to really check with you about how does the BJP really define this? Because you also have some, leaders who are talking about this particular, Bangalore double murder. One of them, they're saying that he's a Hindu karyakarta and he's been murdered. Now, when you say a Hindu karyakarta is being murdered, how do you really attribute it when it's a personal rivalry, at least from the prima facie investigation? Because can you still term it as if or portray it as if because he was a Hindu karyakarta, he was murdered?
Deepak, are you asking me?
Yes, Mr. Prasad, I'm asking you.
No. See, before I go on to reply to that, I want to ask the former DCP of DCP, MD Mullah sir, with due respect, have you taken any contract from the Congress government? Why are you trying to give the certificate to these people before the investigation is completed? Why are you trying to give this
for
certificate?
Is taken a
Have you
contract from
investigated?
Congress, or
Have
they
you
are
involved in this?
anti-nationals?
Why are you trying to give the certificate? Deepak, this is not
Well,
tenable. This
I
is
am
not
not
tenable,
giving
and this is not
certificate to
acceptable at all.
anyone.
And see,
It is not
we have to talk
certificate
about
giving
the same Congress, sir,
Please
it is my
remember,
time, sir, with
every
due respect,
deal.
sir, with due respect, Mullah sir, with due respect, it is my time. Let me talk. Okay, so
Okay, you have continue.
This is the law and order situation in Karnataka as of today. Since 1 month, the Congress government has come to power. The law and order situation in
Mr. Prasad, you're again going
has-
about with the same issue. You're saying with the Congress coming to power, law and orders deteriorated. I asked you a
Yes.
specific question
No,
pertaining to the
because
charge of the
the
Congress
series
that
of
you
murders,
politicized dead bodies.
And if
That's
you
the
see
charge
the-
that the Congress came onto. I want you to rebut that.
Can I please address this?
Made by the Congress leaders. It gives
Can I
credence
please
to
address this?
the event that is happening. And the Priyanka goes and says, whoever it is, Hindu workers, we will take them to task, we will file a FIR, we'll put them in jail. He is the one who said all these things. And if you see the murders happening, yesterday, one Hindu worker was killed. And day before yesterday, the Jain Monk was killed. And yesterday, there was a double murder in Karnataka, double murder in Bangalore. Are these events not the law and order situation in the state?
Mr. Prasad, that's specifically what I asked you. Do you believe here that in the case of Mysuru, we've seen the FIR, we've seen the preliminary details and what the police have said. Do you believe that he was killed because he was a Hindu worker is my question.
It is a planned murder, Deepak. It is a planned and targeted killings. Congress
can I respond to
is
this,
giving
please?
shelter. Congress is giving shelter to these
Deepak, I would
Bhavya,
like
hold
to
on.
respond to this.
You could
And
come
if
in
you
next.
see,
Hold on.
Instead of controlling the law and order situation in the state, these people are going into the Freedom Park and trying to protest on non-issue things. First, they should bring the state under the
Okay,
law.
Bhavya, you can come in now. Mr. Prasad,
And
let's
then
allow
they
the
have to
Congress
go
as well
on
now
the
to respond.
protest.
We've given you your time
On the
to
protest.
explain in detail these issues.
I think,
let's
Mr.
have the
Prasad-
Congress spokesperson.
Mr. Prasad is not aware of one of the fact that one of the accused in the same T. Narsipura case is a brother of a BJP member of the Palike. One of the accused. And how can he bring it was a fight between two groups. And why would you bring religion into this when one of the accused is from your party? One thing. The second thing is, when he was talking about these baseless allegations, please give us some evidence. Why you would say something like this? Something so cruel that, and Mr. C.T. Ravi talking about target killing and all of this. Like, why do such baseless allegations? This can have consequences. This is not how it works. Right? And whether even the Jain Monk, our Home Minister, has taken a step by actually going to the senior monk, speaking to them, who wanted to do fast unto death because of these, and then he assured him that justice will be served, and they have accepted to it, and he has withdrawn his fast. So that's exactly, what we have instilled. A sense of trust and faith in people about our government. The second thing, BJP has always, from the day our Chief Minister took oath, they have been trying in every way possible to create some or the other disturbance in the state. Starting with the guarantees or, our budget, but they could not. They failed in every try they did. Like, whether we appointed our CM, our cabinet, and then came the guarantees, then the budget. They've been failing, one, because they are leaderless. They have no face. There is no face for opposition leader. Second, people believe in us.
Right, Bhavya. Interesting that you say this. While the Congress, of course, continues to maintain its charge that the BJP is leaderless, they are bringing communal aspects into murders because of personal rivalry. Bhavya, thank you for that. I'm running short of time, and Mr. Prasad as well. You did, of course, go on to say that the law and order is deteriorating. But overall, at this point in time, of course, it is the duty of the Congress government to ensure that while, they detect criminals, committing such heinous crimes in particular, they bring about stringent action because it will serve as a deterrent to the others. Now, that is something that, of course, the police say they are doing. We'll, of course, have to see while the investigation continues into these cases how the entire issue pans out overall. But as far as politics here in Karnataka is concerned, that continues unabated. Now, I thank all our guests, Mr. Prasad, Bhavya and Mr. M.D. Mullah for joining us on this debate. We'll, of course, continue to track all the developments on these murders and the politics as well. Now, we're moving on to another story, but before that, we're going to slip into a quick break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.